Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the SL24 podcast. I'm your host, Elena, and today we're doing something a little different where we're going to be interviewing two St. Mark's basketball players and getting to know a little bit about them and their journey with mental health. So today we're here with
Dylan Wright.
And first question I have for you is, can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name's Dylan Wright. Class of 2026, and this is my third year playing in the SL24 Classic, which I think is a really great event.
Yeah. And how does your basketball team at St. Mark's kind of talk about mental health, and how do you feel about that?
I think we're pretty open to talking about mental health. Like, we're comfortable with each other because we've played with each other for a while now. This 26 group, so we're pretty open to it, and especially with our coaches, we're comfortable talking about mental health to each other.
Mm-hmm. And how do you feel about the classic? Do you guys all get excited for it?
Yeah, this is probably the most exciting game of the season, I feel like, and around the team too. It's a big event for us, and we're excited to play in it every year.
Yeah. And as a male student athlete, what kind of pressures do you feel like just going through the motions and everything?
Um, there's a lot of pressure. I feel like with being a student athlete, especially with grades and everything, and making sure holding everybody accountable, especially being a team captain. I have to make sure my grades are just as good as I'm on the court. So it's a lot of pressure, but just talking about it, being open with it, I feel like I handle it a lot better.
And how do you handle the pressure to perform? And especially since you are a captain, how do you set an example for the other guys on the team?
Just being calm really, and talking the younger guys especially about because I've been here before, so teaching them how to deal with it and everything. But the main thing is just being calm.
Yeah. And what do you want more people to understand about male student athletes beyond just performance?
I want people to be able to talk about it and be open to talking about being a student athlete, especially as a male. And there is a lot of pressure that comes with that. So you just have to be ready for it and be able to deal with it and be open with it and everything.
Yeah. So, do you have any advice for any younger male student athletes?
Definitely take care of school first. I struggled with that as a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's probably the biggest advice. School always comes first.
Yes. You are student before athletes.
Exactly.
And at St. Mark's, I know there's the Sean's room,
Mm-hmm.
and which was the very first Sean's room, Sean's house opened up. So, how does having a Sean's room improve the culture around mental health at your school?
I think it's really, really good that we have that in our school because I feel like we had a lot of people that struggle with mental health and couldn't really talk about it with teachers or anything. So having that space that you can go to whenever in school is really good, I feel like.
And have you visited the Sean's room before?
Yeah, yeah.
And as a captain, I know there's probably a lot of pressures. When I was playing sports,
Mm-hmm.
I was a captain as well. How would your teammates describe you?
I definitely think a leader. I'm trying excel in that. So I feel like they feel like I'm a leader and comfortable talking to me and everything.
Yeah, that's great. And who are you outside of basketball?
I'm a son, I'm a student, and I'm a great friend.
Has there ever been a time in your mental health where you've had to ask for help, or any time during your basketball career that you've had your mental health take a hit?
Definitely. So my junior year, going into my junior year, I had pain in my knee, and I didn't play my sophomore year because I broke my ankle. I was out with injury, and then it was the summer leading into that, and I had pain in my knee. The first scrimmage, I tore my meniscus, had to have surgery. It was a really tough time, I feel like, but knowing I have my friends and I talked to my friends, I should have been more open about it,
Yeah.
but I wasn't. So I just talked to my best friend. His name's Nate. He's another captain. We've been friends for a while now. So having him there, knowing he always has my back, that was a big help in mental health. And I should have talked to my coaches and parents, and I didn't do that. So that's advice I'd give to younger people, and they should be open to giving that.
Yeah. And how did you kind of gain the confidence to play your senior year and have a full season?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking do I still want to play because it was rough before that. But I mean, I've loved this sport for multiple years. I put a lot of work into this sport, so I wouldn't let that all go to waste.
Yeah. So, what particularly about not being able to play was so hard for your mental health?
Um, Still being on the team, so I had to keep my grades up, so I couldn't fail in the classroom. and just being at practices and watching everybody have fun, and I'm just over there like, I wish I could be out there. It was really tough for me, but like I said, just talking to people about it really, really helped.
Yeah. And do you think while you were injured, you became like a better teammate because
Yes.
obviously you had to watch and support them?
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like I still helped them out. Like I saw stuff on the sideline, I pulled somebody over, talked to them. So like I feel like that really helped like build my leadership when
Mhm.
I was out with the injury.
How did your injury affect your senior year?
Um, I definitely was a lot more motivated
Mhm.
to play because I missed my junior year. That was a big year for me. So I felt like I had to people to prove. So I just went out there. I'm just trying to do my best every day.
And so you mentioned that the classic is a really big game for you guys.
Mhm.
Why do you feel like it matters so much?
Just knowing that Sean was a student who went to St. Mark's, just like putting on for him early and playing for him is a big thing. And like it draws a huge crowd, so like it's a lot of people you have to show out for, and again, just showing out for Sean,
Yeah.
I think is a big reason.
um, so obviously the classic like draws a lot of
Yeah.
attention to not just like your team and
Yeah.
stuff. It's a huge platform that you
Mhm.
maybe wouldn't have, but also there's a lot of like talk about mental health. How has like playing in the classic changed your locker room talk or like the way you guys talk to each other and like hype each other, like talk to each other about mental health and the way you guys are open? Has it changed your team culture? Has it not changed your team culture?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So let me think of how to word that.
How has playing in the classic
affected how your team talks about mental health?
Yeah, and like affected like how you are? Yeah, I'm gonna stop making complicated.
Okay. How does playing in the classic affect how your team talks about mental health specifically?
Definitely, it definitely helps because before every game in the classic, Sean's dad comes in and talks to us about mental health and everything. And, like that's in the locker room, so like just knowing that we can talk to each other and be like positive and stuff about mental health is a big help, and especially with Sean's dad talking to the whole team before the game, definitely helps a lot.
And lastly, I would want you to finish the statement. I am more than an athlete. I am.
I'm more than an athlete. I'm a friend can who anybody can come to, and I feel like I'm very open to talk about mental health and really anything. So I think I'm more than an athlete. I'm a friend, a good friend at that.
Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, anytime. Thank you.